Hi guys, it's Dr. Janet. I want to go over our LP2. Everyone's grades are up. Everything has been justified. There are several of you that still have not yet posted in your discussion 2. Your discussion 2 initial post was due last night on Thursday. You guys need to watch deadlines. You can't be posting late. Because when the term comes and you find out you aren't getting a passing score, don't come, sending me emails saying, I didn't know or whatever. All of the dates are in your syllabus. I share them numerous times throughout the newsfeed. Quite honestly, at the beginning of each LP, excuse me, you guys only have your discussion board post that's due, and you only have one discussion, and you have your seminar assessment that's due on Sunday. You are also working on your business strategy game. So being that you are working on all of this, some of us, when we had our lecture on Thursday afternoon, we talked about the workload that's in our course for this. I don't think the course designers took into consideration the intensity of the business strategy game simulation. That is something I will be bringing up at the end of the term. Unfortunately, it's something I can't change right at this moment. But what I can do, like I did with the LP1, is your quiz number 2. In your LP2, I've gone through and given everybody the full 25-point credit on that, because that's all relating to the business strategy game. And on the business strategy game, there is enough that you're involved in that you have to understand the terminology in order to get through that game. So I don't think having you guys do a quiz on top of doing the game simulation is quite fair. It's pretty redundant. So if I do find out that you're not participating in the business strategy game, then I will wipe out your score and you will be required to take that quiz. So just be forewarned. But I can see how often you log in. Remember that your business strategy game runs from Monday morning until Sunday evening at 11:59. So get your numbers in by Sunday evening. And if you're happy with them, just leave them alone. If you're like me, you'll probably keep going in and playing with them. That's what I did when I did the game. But you're really not going to know anything until Monday comes and you see everybody in your industry. And then I will post both industries out there just so you can see how the entire class is doing. Being that we have 23 in the class, we can't do more than 12 in an industry. So you have 2 industries, but you have 22 competitors that you're competing against. And so this is, it is a lot of work. And so therefore, like I said, on the quiz LP2, I've gone ahead and I've already just given everybody automatic 25 points because I think you deserve it for going through working on that. Having, 7 different types of assignments throughout an LP and plus this business strategy game is way too much. And so being that I want you to focus on your simulation because it is very important and it is part of the majority of your term. You need to do well on that. Now going to your LP02 quiz, a couple of you have already taken the quiz. When, again, with the students that I meet with on Thursdays for our lecture, we had a discussion on this particular quiz. Therefore, on question number 1, please do not spend too much time on that question. It is a grammatically incorrect sentence, and I apologize for that. But if you wish to try and answer it, go ahead, but please feel free to skip question number 1. Regardless if you answer or not, everybody's going to get that 1 point. The question states, while understanding a company's products, customers, employees, and competition is extremely important, this information is not enough to do what? The question makes no sense. Again, it's grammatically incorrect, and I apologize for that. And I understand that the questions are kind of scattered throughout the book, but you will find the answers in your book. So the best thing I can tell you is to just find key terms that are in the question, and then go try and search for it in your book. Hopefully you have the ebook, which will help make it a little bit easier finding it, because there are only 10 questions. And again, if you skip question 9, you have question 1, you'll have 9 questions. Again, those of you that have not submitted your discussion board post, I need you to get that in to me. Whenever you post anything late, outside of any of the students that have been affected by Hurricane Michael, I understand, and I've made arrangements. I am not talking about those students. I'm talking about if you're not communicating with me and then you're just submitting stuff late, expecting me to grade it. Guess what? You know, in LP1, I was lenient. Moving forward, I will not be. I will be imposing late penalties, marking off points. If you continue to post late in your discussion board post, you know, every 20 points or so starts to add up over the term. So if you don't do the work, you're not going to get a grade. It's as simple as that. Please check your newsfeed. I actually had drafted your seminar assessment a couple days ago, and I shared the same video with the advanced project management class, because they're also working on strategic planning. And so you'll see the video, and I do mention both classes in it. But this video in the PowerPoint that I found goes over a lot of strategic planning, which kind of crosses over in what you're doing in your business strategy game. And again, I don't think the course designers realized how intense the simulation for the business strategy game is, because you do have several, probably about, I think you have 7, probably at least 7 different screens of spreadsheets that you have to go in, and there's a lot of comparison, you know, compare and contrast, and looking at numbers and playing with the numbers and trying to figure out, and you know, doing your celebrity endorsements and making your stakeholders and your investors happy, and just, you know, so much that has to be done, that I want to make sure that y'all are taking enough time to focus on that. So hopefully alleviating that one quiz will help. And if you guys get your, you know, discussion board posts up, and you know, and as long as you're active in the classroom, you know, you can stay up on your attendance. And again, you know, watch your news feed on the information that I'll share with you. And I have some other videos going over the next thing that you're going to be working on with your resume. Excuse me. I'm going to share a video that you'll see in the news feed, and the girl who talks about making a resume, she's pretty spot on. She is a little bit on the quirky side and quite animated, maybe to the point of annoying, but I think she is pretty humorous, and she drives home the point, and that's the whole idea behind that video that I will have posted in the news feed. And it's to get you to understand really the order of how you would list your information on a proper resume. Because going back to the cover letters, now you guys did, if I go backwards onto your organizational charts, you guys did really great on your organizational charts, and I thank you to those who included me in your org chart, put me in your staff, and I think Jesse was one who put me as a consultant, so thank you for that. But yeah, I enjoyed seeing your organizational charts, and you guys definitely know how to do those. On your cover letters, not so much. Cover letters were kind of, you know, being that I worked in human resources myself, you know, there's a lot of work that needs to be done on a lot of those cover letters. Basically, when you write a cover letter, what you're really looking to do, and think about this when you're writing your resume, is, you know, look at a job that you want to have. And so from that job, that's what you would have drafted your cover letter from. And so you would take like key terms from that and put that into your cover letter. Your cover letter is basically a snapshot of what your resume is. You know, one page, you have and it's just like telling a story. It's the same difference, just like when you're writing your assignment. You're going to have an introduction, you'll have the body, the meat of your content, and you're going to have your closing. And so your cover letter is no different. And you'll have your salutation and greeting to who you're writing your letter to. And your letter should have been addressed to a person, not to just human resources or hiring manager, because you guys were supposed to look for an actual job that you wanted, which means that if you're looking on Indeed or LinkedIn, I'm pretty sure that most of those job postings have a person's name somewhere on there. If not a hiring manager within the company, you would have at least seen a recruiter's name. And so you're going to always address your letter to a person, and if it's a company you really want to work with, go to their website and look at their contact or about us page and see, who's in which department. Address your letter to that person. You can address it to the president of the company. President of the company will open and he'll send it on to whoever's hiring for that particular department. There's nothing wrong with that. Then also in your cover letter, you could have listed like a 5 bullet point list of, of certain key skills that you have that relate to that job post. So make sure that you have key information. Don't just put on the letter, that I want to apply for this and this is why I want it, and that's not going to make an impression on anybody. You are basically marketing and selling yourself. This is what your resume does. This is what your cover letter does. Why are you you? Why should I hire you? Why should anybody hire you? You've got skill sets, so make sure that you point them out. On this one video I mentioned that I'm going to put out there, you will be able to, even though she's kind of silly, she makes a really great point, as to what you're going to include on the cover letter and on your resume. And so make sure you please check the news feed. Oh, and by the way, I normally don't wear a t-shirt on camera. Excuse me. This one happens to be my new National American University t-shirt that I got from the military school at NAU. And it does have a big detail in the back. Remember, everybody deployed. And every Friday is Red Friday, where my husband and I actually wear red shirts because he is ex-military. And so, check it out. It's a great, and it goes to military for the university, so it is a great cause. So I think that pretty much covers everything. Again, I apologize for the seminar assessment going up late. I actually had it drafted, thought I had it posted, and then I noticed that I still had the tab opened in edit mode. I never had actually hit the publish button, so I do apologize for that. But please check your newsfeed often. I try to post as much as possible, and I know there may be a lot to read in addition to what you guys are working on, but you guys, for the most part, are doing really great and keeping up with your deadlines. And I'm here to help, push you on and help keep you going. And I enjoy meeting those that I get to meet in the lecture. For the rest of you that don't have lecture time, every Thursday before I give the lecture to some of our classmates, I have an open office hour, and you guys are welcome to come in at every Thursday from 12 until 1 Eastern Standard Time. And so if nobody comes in and you happen to be the only one there, you'll get an hour of free time with me. So you can ask me anything. I can open up a document, go over an assignment with you if you had questions on it, anything like that. So I guess that's about it. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And I really appreciate all the work that you're doing. Keep it up. I know that this, with this business strategy game and with the assignments that you guys have, I know it's a lot of work, and just up front, I do apologize because I just don't think that this business strategy game simulation was taken into consideration. So again, I can't do anything about this class, but I definitely will make sure, to carry that forward. But I'll help you guys through as best as I can. If you go ahead and submit anything earlier, try not to wait until your second week to submit everything, because that's just harder if you can maybe pace it out a little bit, maybe every couple days, maybe if you can get another assignment in and get it done, maybe that'll kind of help keep your weeks paced. So anyway, I will let you guys go, and I thank you for watching. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.